What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Path of the Network Marketer. It is day 17. Yeah, it is day 17, episode 17. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're brand new, welcome. Welcome. Thanks for checking out the show. And if you are already a listener, welcome back. Welcome back. As I've started to mention at the beginning of the episodes, if you're not already following or subscribed, go ahead and follow or subscribe, whatever happens to be on the particular app that you're listening on, because we do have a new episode every day that gets released at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, whatever time that happens to be in your part of the world. So that you don't miss an episode. We've got a lot of great content for you here, released every day. Pretty much, yeah, me sharing my journey with you almost in real time of the things that I'm learning on this crazy ride as I teach myself how to use the internet, social media, online marketing, things like that to continue to expand my network marketing business. Today, I want to talk about content in terms of, just creating that content, because it can be very laborious to keep up with, and it can feel like a headache. It can feel like a real headache, especially if you're brand new. Very overwhelming, the amount of content that you might think you have to create. A couple of episodes back, I talked about, with Facebook and like TikTok and even YouTube. I've seen and heard recommendations that you should put out 3 to 4 pieces of content every day on those platforms, 2 to 3 on Instagram. And that's just a crazy amount of content. So how do you keep up with all that stuff without getting overwhelmed and it becoming a second job to you, right? Like, especially for network marketers, most of you that are listening to this who are network marketers have an established career already. You already have a full-time gig. The last thing that you need is another full-time gig, and that's what it can end up feeling like, with the amount of content that people are recommending that you do. So outside of that conversation of how much content you should post, one of the things that has really helped me in the last last 6-7 months since I've started this journey is banking my content, right? Banking my content, and what that means is it's just recording and getting a bunch of content batched done, so that you have stuff in reserve to release on a day-to-day basis, right? And if you're watching this on the video version, you'll notice I'm wearing the same outfit as I was wearing in yesterday's episode. And it's not that I wear the same clothes every day. It's that I bank these episodes. I batch recorded them. It's really important to do this so that it doesn't feel like you're always trying to catch up with your content and you're always playing catch up with your social media or your online presence. That's a horrible feeling to have. It's actually, it's much more healthy to stay ahead of that so that you have room to breathe, right? You have room to breathe. Again, the last thing I want for you, for this, is to be a burden on you already, on top of already the million things that you have to do, right? This should be fairly easy. This should be fairly without, I mean, as little friction as possible. I mean, like that's really one of my main kind of goals and mindsets in doing anything, is like the simpler you keep it, the easier it will be for you to maintain. I mean, we talked about that in the last episode with production value. Same thing with content, right? So banking content ahead of time will allow you to kind of breathe easier on a day-to-day, because you won't have to worry about producing a brand new piece of content every day, right? So bank your content. For me, I'll batch record or batch film like 2 to 3 episodes per day. And I try to do that consecutive days, but that doesn't always happen. So the fact that I have 2 or 3 in the bank to release on any given day, then if something comes up on a day where I can't do that, then it's not a big deal. I'm not stressed out about missing a day to produce content or to release content on, because I have stuff in reserve, right? So it's really important to do this, not just for your own sanity, but like just for time management. Like, you don't want a 7-day a week, 365 day a year job just to produce content, right? Like this will allow you days to breathe, especially if you need to take time off, or if a day comes up where something unexpected happens and you can't produce content. You have content in reserve that you can pull on and then release and produce and publish to the world on whatever platform you happen to be on, right? So that's my message. Bank your content, at least 2 to 3 pieces of content per day, and try to do that a handful of days a week, and you should be okay. It'll be much more manageable that way, as opposed to trying to do one piece of content, or making your content the day of that you're going to release it, right? So, all right, that's it for this episode. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, if you haven't already followed or subscribed to the show, follow or subscribe, because there's a new episode every day. So, we'll catch you in the next episode. So until then, be well, be safe. I'll see you guys tomorrow.